Hey there guys, so I'm back with another video today, and you know where I am. I'm in the town centre. Last few times when I came here, especially the first time, I told you how I was feeling. So first, let me just step over that, go over how I'm feeling. So right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am feeling not too nervous, but at the same time it's like I don't want my voice to be heard. So it's like I'm doing this video, but I want to be able to release that feeling where I just feel tensed and washed and all of those things. But nevertheless, it is early morning, so because I'm working for the rest of the day, there's no better time to actually come down, record my vlog here, and just take in all that feeling that when it hits you in the chest and you just feel triggered. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. But anyways, I want to today talk about work, jobs, finding the right sort of job that's for you. So when it comes to jobs and work, it is very broad. We've got retail, our call centers, we've got our corporate jobs, but a lot of the media, especially the Hollywood and stuff, they paint jobs as corporate jobs or sort of a talent sort of fixated job. Now, when it comes to corporate jobs, we like the way the day is planned out, and we also like how you're wearing your suit and the girl's wearing her suit and whatnot, and it's just so idolized and fantasized about. And then of course you work fixed hours as well, so you work a 9 to 5, for example, a 6 to 6, just something that seems socially, how can I say it, more like how you're like your day is sorted out, everything's looking better. But it's really, the real thing is whatever that you think fits you is what matters. Now, I work in a call center. Before I actually started, it was definitely not my thing. I worked in a call center for the first time several years ago, actually. I think around 2016. And the other one was COVID. So I was working in NHS COVID 2020, and then I'm working on one now. But it's definitely not something that I would like to do forever. But I feel like it's lasted way longer than it should. Like, my goal was to actually be there, this call center for a few months, pick up a little bit of reference here and there. And once I've built that reference and report, and also the confidence to just be able to talk on the phone, have the experience, then venture out to something else. But it didn't work out like that. And yeah, so it's been a while now, regardless, 2 years. And what I want to do is I want to be able to find work that's a bit more stable and something that will actually make me feel like I'm doing my part in the world as well. So if we make work look like a chore, it will definitely become a chore. So you have to find something that's sort of your sort of pace, something that will bring you to, that feeling out of you that you're doing something for others. So it's that mentality that you're not just doing this for money and for yourself. Once you find that pace where you're doing it for someone else as well, so you're taking out of the the selfish sort of lens, and you're starting to do it for someone else, that is a sign that this is maybe your calling or something you actually have fun doing, and it will be definitely worthwhile. So as youngsters, definitely here in the UK, in Leicester at least, and I'm sure it's the same in Birmingham, Manchester, London and other places, the number one job that's, you know, available. It's not like they want to do it. It's a very laborious job, and it's the, you know, the warehouses, and, you know, doing the actual, like, for example, Amazon delivery. It's things like that. And in my opinion, it's not bad. At least that's available, you know. It's better than having no job. But at the same time, I feel like that will set you a tune for the next following years. So as a youngster, you will start to maybe not like jobs, and you would like to make money in other avenues. So instead of actually putting you into that mindset of hustling, because now you've been, you know, putting in all that work, sweating, very laborious, you know, financially wise as well. Like, the pay isn't too fancy pay. So it's only, you know, it only makes sense slightly why some people are pushed into or seek, you know, better returns. And that's why sometimes they're pushed into, for example, like selling things on the streets, you know, dealing things, you know, whatever it is. It's basically they look for higher stakes and faster ways to make that as well. Because as you know, you're standing all day, average 8 hours at minimum, 12 hours, 10 hours, and you walk out with, say, like £100 typically, or even less than that sometimes. So you feel used, and of course you want to be able to better your circumstances and also feel something when you're doing that. So that little adrenaline rush when they're, for example, dealing, I'll use that as an example, when they're doing that, or when they're doing anything else, it'll have that small sort of adrenaline rush that they are looking for, because you need a feeling for any sort of work. So like I said before, if you're feeling still and you're just doing it like in the motion, you're not really going to get much out of it. So I would 100% advise people to not just take time when you're looking for work, but, you know, explore what you like. You could spend, like, say 2-3 months, you know, anything less than 6 months to just discover yourself, how you get in different environments, what's your tone if you don't know. But from your sort of habits, what you do, for example, sport-wise, music-wise, and, you know, what tickles your fancy, you'll be able to sort of come to a realization what's for you. So definitely I'll be looking for the different sort of jobs within the next few weeks or whatnot, and it's, you know, it's going to be interesting regardless. So anyways, as you see, I'm literally walking through town here, and today is not really full. It's early morning, and matter of fact, it's actually Saturday, so a bit surprised, you know, and the, you know, sun's out. I thought it's going to be a little bit more, you know, holiday-ish vibes. But let me go back onto topic. So, as I was saying, look for a job that will make you motivated. And if not, then find a reason why not to return to the sort of job that you're currently doing. So you can learn from the bad job that you're doing, like the, you know, the feelings that it gives you, and what you wouldn't want to experience again in the future as well. And it is very broad. A lot of the people, you know, graduate as well from university, and unfortunately they can't find jobs. And, you know, recently, in the last few years, there's a larger population in each city of youth that are traveling outside of their city for work. And this is, of course, to be expected, you know. You can't actually study in a place and then once you graduate in that place, expect to actually find a job right there. So I do understand it in that sense, but it's sort of, you know, it makes you think. You've studied here, there's all these opportunities and whatnot, but then there's no sort of vacancy for the profession or degree that you have. Now, why is that? You know, that it goes to show that there's a bigger thing. It goes to show that there's a bigger thing here that's going on, and it's a all circle thing. You know, it's not just people, the youngsters that can't find work. It's the people that are hiring as well. So they're left, you know, sort of with a less budget to find people, and also basically welcome them into their site or whatever they're doing. So it's a very broad topic, as I said. But as you, for the person that's watching me, if you're not working or if you're looking for work, understand there's applications like Indeed, a Total Jobs. There's several applications that, you know, we go on to find work, but they're not really promising. I've spent long time on it, like I say 2-3 years, and then you send off your CV, you apply, and if you're lucky you might get a reply, but that's in, say, like after 3-4 months or something, you know. So by that time you're barely checking your emails, and it just makes the whole process, you know, tedious. And it's not like you're just going to, you know, give up, but you're not going to be chasing them back, and it's just, yeah. So I think the best way, if you're actually looking to apply right now, the best way to apply now is by a recommendation. That's number one. So with a recommendation, there are people that will give you the word, you know, at their, you know, job location and whatnot, and that will be much easier for you to actually apply. And, you know, once there's a word, it's better than a document paper, because the word actually shows, like, right, this person knows, you know, this much about this person, shows, you know, the relationship you have. And nowadays everything is more stronger, as in the word sense. So recommendation number one. Number two would be if you actually go in place, so sort of not auditioning, but going inside and, you know, telling them face to face about not your situation, but how eager you are, how hungry you are. You go to show that you'll go, you know, further lengths, the effort itself, and it will basically show that you're more sort of suitable for the job, if that makes sense. So good luck to everyone that's looking for a job. I hope you find the right one that's for you, and if you don't, please take it as a lesson and never give up. And I'm going to as well start looking for something way more interesting, because I'll be lying if I said I'm completely satisfied or interested in the, you know, current call center role that I'm doing. So hopefully within the next few months to come or whatnot, maybe even sooner, I'll be applying for something more interesting, hopefully. So yeah, we'll find something, hopefully. And until then, I'm gonna be making these vlogs for you lot. But if you've reached this part of the vlog, please subscribe, share, and comment at least. Just let me know what you found interesting. If my, you know, my topic here is really stringing along as well. As I mentioned before, I do have the butterflies, but not too much today, because, you know, town feels a bit deserted. So I'll come back. But for now, peace out and enjoy your day. Whenever you're going to watch this, so it is a Saturday, as I said, wherever you are, wherever time is for you. And remember, always stay positive and optimistic. Without any further ado, take care, guys. Peace.